I'm trying to find out if I'm actually broadcasting them online. And I'm also trying to find out if I can see comments and all that fun stuff yet too. So that someone else is a little bit busy. I've got a spinning wheel icon on my oop. I keep on coming up with a spinning wheel icon, but I see a viewer count, so I think I am actually watching this. Oop. I can kind of hear me, but I am like way behind on what's actually coming out. Coming up with a spinning wheel icon, but I see a viewer count, so I think I am actually watching this. I can kind of hear me, but I am like way behind on what's actually coming out. Okay, and I just got messages, so. Mayang buntag, mayang hapon, mayang gabi, no matter where you are in the world. That I decided to do a last live stream. It's having to be done from our phone. Computer's packed away. We have one bag, two bag, three bags, four bags, five bags, six checked bags ready to go. We have a Chana carry-on bag, a Cindy carry-on bag, and my carry-on bag that is getting, what is it? It's getting this stuff packed as soon as I'm done with the live stream, and all that garbage on the table is getting thrown into that bag as soon as I am done with this. Probably going to throw the phone onto a charger.
I thought someone is asleep and she's awake.
And someone is trying to go to sleep.
She's asleep in 5 minutes and then she's awake.
So I'm going to tear out of here and go downstairs. And we'll give you a last walk through the place. It's actually kind of... Although you've noticed that I've never done... Although you notice I've never done a review of this place. And part of the reasoning for that is I wouldn't be comfortable in recommending this place for someone for a long-term rental. It met our needs beautifully. But the maintenance levels and a few other things on this are not terribly great. And so I couldn't in good conscience recommend it to anybody. In case you're wondering what the, if you saw them, in case you're wondering what these are, is Mama and Papa are going to take a lot of our stuff and go back to Cebu tomorrow.
Depending if it's not raining.
If it's not raining, they're going to. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get done with this, I need to go make a Facebook connection with Mama and Papa. This is the office room that for the last year we've been broadcasting from. And right there is Broadcast Central. It's kind of vacant right now that none of the stuff is there. The lights and mics and everything else has been taken down. That he said he may use it or he may give it to a friend. I gave Rod the mic, the powered mic that I was using. The camera I'm taking with us. The webcam I'm taking with us. And there's the infamous bathroom that the door never got closed. So it wouldn't be a live stream without at least one quick shot of the toilet. So, and that's actually Mama Papa's room. So we won't show you in there. Yeah, a year's worth of me being up and down these stairs has actually done wonders for the stiffness in the ankle. That I am way better able to handle stairs now. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just being given to Mama, Papa, and Jem and Cha-Cha are building their house, and that they're just getting ready to start life. And so some of the stuff is going to them. And Papa cooking lunch. My buntag, Papa. But I kind of briefly thought about doing a live stream. Kind of knew, or a walking live stream. Kind of knew it wasn't going to happen for a couple of reasons, mainly just timing. I'm probably only going to continue this one until about 12:30. But even if I wanted to, it's been raining off and on. And you can see from the skies, it's not looking promising for the rest of it. I guess there's a low pressure area moving in that it is bringing a ton of rain with it. I'm going to keep an eye on the frame rate and bit rate. But I'm going to walk out of the driveway a little bit. Sunshine has been traded over. Rusey is long gone. We already did the changeover in paperwork for Rusey. That the rest of the Christmas stuff that was up there and in different areas, that we took that all down finally. That's been down for about a month now. But that one we kind of liked. It was neutral enough that we just left it up as a decoration for year round. We were intending on keeping that and just wherever we went, just put it up for a porch light. But it was kind of cool. But yeah, this is it. A little bit of a rain pause, but it's still misting pretty heavy, so I'm going to get back in here. But we are basically 25 hours from LA. At 9:55 a.m. Tuesday, Cebu time, we'll be landing in LAX. I'm hoping about an hour after that we'll be out of LAX. Realistically getting through customs and immigration and all that fun stuff, I'm thinking probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. If everything goes smoothly according to plan, we should be landing at 5:55 p.m. Monday in LAX. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That I actually got the camera facing me, so probably not the best thing to look at. But we've got room booked at a hotel right there by the airport. I'm probably going to try and do maybe another live stream like this. Maybe another live stream on the computer. I don't know. It just depends on how we're feeling at the end of the day. May not even do one at all. I do plan on trying to, as much as possible, video the flight and the experience. Because it's two flights. It's an hour and a half flight to LA or to Manila, and then a 4-hour layover, and then I think they're saying like a 12-hour flight to LAX, and we're leaving at like 9 o'clock p.m. Monday, and arriving at like 6 o'clock p.m. Monday in LA. But we're crossing 15 freaking time zones doing that, so that's how we wind up landing earlier than we took off. Which, when you're coming back in from LA, that's standard. But yeah, it's a done deal. It's happening. That we're both looking forward to this trip. Whoa! I know what I did. There we go. I hit the wrong button, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a button I never use on this silly thing. Uh-oh, I was gonna come out and walk for a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is starting to rain. It's starting to rain a little bit more. That a little bit of it is kind of sadness that yeah, it's a chapter in our life that's closing, but another one's opening up. And so I don't know. Last night I was really apprehensive about what was going on and everything that was happening. Kind of a bad feeling. And this morning I woke up, that I had a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation. Cindy prayed heavy for me last night too. And this morning I woke up and I was in a lot better mood, a lot better spirits. But yeah, honestly, I'm still a little apprehensive about this. That with everything that's going on back in the States, with everything that's going down, just saw that I've been watching the one of the news channels has YouTube that I ran across, and so been watching some of the stuff that's going on there. Granted, it's mainstream media, and they're tending to focus on the negative, but I guess gasoline's at just over $4 a gallon now. Food prices have risen sharply, but by the same token, that there's a lot of unemployment in the area. That, and this is kind of what's funny is there's a lot of unemployment in the area, but a lot of employers are screaming for workers, and so obviously there's a failure to communicate somewhere in there. But overall, we're both looking forward to it. That it's going to be far more positive than negative in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's me again. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting experience. It's definitely going to be the longest flight that Chana's ever taken in her short little life. And I'm way glad we went to Manila. And the fact that Chana has been on a flight, and so whether or not I doubt she remembers it, to be bluntly honest. She was 3 months old, 4 months old, 3 months old when that happened. November, December, January, yeah. Yeah, she was 2.5 months old when that happened. And so, yeah, November, December, January, February. So she just turned 4 months old. And next flight very well. We've got to go back to Manila. And this is one of the kind of the crazy things, in my opinion, is, yeah, I'm trying to give you guys a little bit better view. We've got to go back to Manila and go through security again at Manila. For whatever reason, the U.S. TSA Customs, somebody asked that flights going into the U.S. are routed through Manila. Whether or not their security agents have been taught differently or what, I don't know. I've heard a bunch of different stories, many of them contradictory stories. That some of them say no, that they don't bother going through the bags, they just ask you a bunch of questions. Some of them say no, that they make you open up every bag you've got. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. As far as what's going on, I don't know. All I know for sure is about 11:30 in about 2 hours that Dong's gonna run down, or Papa's gonna run down, or somebody's gonna run down and grab 2 cabs, and we're gonna throw 2-3 bags in the one cab. We're gonna throw the rest of the bags in the other cab. Cindy, Mama, Chana, Papa are all gonna get in one cab. I'm gonna jump in the other one, and we're all gonna go to Pal's office in Cebu Mactan Airport, and we're gonna begin our grand adventure. And to be bluntly honest, the more I think about it, the more the bad feelings creep in. And so I know that I know God's got it in his hands, and that there's been a lot of things that have happened that came together in just shy of miraculous timing to get us out of here in the way that we did. After going to the consulate, after getting denied at the embassy, and being told March 21st was the earliest date we could get in, and then out of the blue having the consulate email us and say, hey, you get an appointment on Monday, get back here. We took that. Steve, we're live one last time. I wanted to do one last live stream, kind of a last minute thing. In 2 hours, we're beginning the process of heading to the airport. We want to be leaving here by noon. That gives us, because we want to be at the airport by 1 o'clock, by 1:30. And so that gives us an hour and a half to get through traffic and everything else. But yeah, I wanted to do one last live stream, and that gives me basically 2 hours after the live stream to put what little I've got away. That's why it's being done from the cell phone. Is the computer and all of that gear is already packed, and I didn't want to pack that at the last minute, be rushed, and then wind up forgetting something. But yeah, a lot of this is wound up in God's timing. God orchestrated a lot of this, in our opinion. And we can't deny that we see God through this and helping orchestrate this. So we're looking at this as being a blessed trip, no matter our feelings on it. That I am mildly claustrophobic. I'll be honest with you on that one, and that's part of the reason why I don't like these flights. The very first time that I flew over here back in 2015, I actually had a minor panic attack when I saw them closing the door and knew it was going to be 14 hours from Denver to Tokyo. And it took me a second to calm myself down. And yeah, okay, this is cool. I can do this. I got 400 other people on this flight with me that are doing it, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, that ever since, especially the leg that goes overseas, that I've always been a little hesitant about getting on. The older I get, the more of a challenge it seems to be too. But that's it. We're out of here in basically 2 hours. I generally, Steve, I've tried to do that. I generally take some ZQL with me. I'm not one to sleep sitting up. I am not one to sleep well sitting up at all. Even in a truck, I don't do that. On the flight over here, because the flight was half empty. That flight was only at best half filled. I'd say quarter full. And you know, I really think it was one of those flights that they flew not to make money on, but just to keep their slot. That one I was actually able to fold up the arms and slept on the three seats in the aisle, and Cindy slept on the 3 seats in the window side. But yeah, I'll get an hour or two and call it good. But I normally don't sleep. I'm normally not a terribly good sleeper. I'm often after 11 o'clock before I finally do fall asleep, and then back up by 4 or 5 o'clock. But I've been that way ever since I've been a little kid too. So, you know, that's not unusual for me. Mayang gabi Jojo. Basically 26 hours, or basically 24 hours, we'll be on the same continent. Opposite sides, but same continent at least. We're getting closer. Steve, there's a lab here. We actually got them done yesterday. I made a short post, Facebook post, where we did get them at. And yeah, you ain't lying on that one. They were expensive. It was like 6,000 pesos for both of them. It was like 3 apiece. So about 120 bucks, 140 bucks. And they were the RT-PCR test, reverse transcription chain polymer, some garbage like that. And it was, we took them at 9 in the morning, and we got the results emailed to us at 1:30, and they were both negative. And that was the big thing. That was one of my concerns, is winding up with a stinking false positive on those stupid things. That our sister-in-law, Cha-Cha, the one that was in there, that when she came here to Cebu City just before gave birth, when it was within a week or so of giving birth, she had a false positive, and they wouldn't retest. And so she wound up doing a 14-day quarantine, and her husband, my brother-in-law, Jem, and their son wound up getting tested as well. And they wound up having samples taken. Whether or not the test was ever performed is anybody's guess, because they were never given the results. That they kept on hemming and hawing for almost a week straight, and said, well, you know, and then finally said, well, your quarantine's up next week, so just sit out the quarantine. So I think they passed up doing the test, just not wanting the chance of another false positive. That depending on what goes on here for the next little bit, over the course of the next few months, we'd like to try and do some traveling in the U.S., but we're gonna have to see what both the expenses and what our situation is when we get back there. We know that we're gonna have to do some house projects. That takes priority. Uh, Although we do have a friend, you see him on here periodically, Andy from Affiliate and Joe, and he's heading back to Kansas City in mid-April. And so, depending on what our expenses and finances are at that point, we may take a trip up there simply because there's another subscriber, another person that we know that lives in Lincoln City, Nebraska, which is only about a 3-hour drive. And so we may wind up doing that. But yeah, Steve, if we're in U.S., we would love to try and meet up sometime. You get out closer to West, or if you can manage to get a load coming through Phoenix. That or even reasonably close. If you can get one in New Mexico, Denver, something like that, and give us a day or so's notice, that we may just take an impromptu road trip up and meet. That I think that could be kind of cool and kind of a neat video for both of our channels. But somebody. Of course, they just closed it. Somebody just opened the front gate, so I was thinking, oh, one of the workers coming. It's an interesting experience that I am going to do 3 YouTube shorts. I'm going to do a YouTube short as we're boarding in Cebu. I'm going to do a YouTube short as we're boarding in Manila. And then as we're leaving the airport, as we're leaving the I'm reading a message. As we're leaving the airport in LA, after we've made it through customs and immigration, all that good garbage, I'll do another YouTube short of we're here. Yeah, I don't know if I dropped or what, but the counter went stupid for a second too, so it may have been a glitch in the program, it may have been a glitch in the internet. Actually, Steve, that my sister is moving over there at the end of March, and so we may plan a trip over into that area. I don't know. Like I say, that a lot of this is going to depend on our finances. Cindy wants to take at least a month off to get on her feet and get comfortable with leaving China with somebody and stuff like that. Because at this point, the only person she's ever dared to leave China with is her mom. And so we've had a couple people say that they would love to watch China. Steve, this is the Philippines. It wouldn't surprise me the least if that's literally what happened. But she wants to take some time and just take a deep breath. And I don't fault her for that at all. My first day or two back to work was always a bear after coming here. And it took me a while to hit the ground running. And so, yeah, I'm not begrudging her that at all. We've got enough income through my retirement and stuff to get by for a few months. And so if she doesn't want to start until June, I'm good with that. If she wants to start, in the first part of April, I don't mind. But that, depending on how things go, are going to depend on a lot of ongoing plans. Yeah, Steve, in the Philippines, you made a comment that you opened the gate and your internet escaped. I could see something installed after it's rained for a good day. We've had issues, and it just dropped to 1,500. Yeah, we're back up to 21, 25. We're back up to 25. But I'm actually going to take that as a message that, yeah, I've been on here prattling along for half an hour. That, guys, I appreciate all the support you've given us and given this channel in particular. And it's been an interesting ride, but it's coming to a close. We've talked about it. Don't know if it's going to happen. We may try and do a live stream Tuesday morning from the hotel in LA. Kind of like this one. I'll be able to grab some gear and set it up a little bit better. But just do a very quick live stream, 20 minutes, half an hour. So some real-time information on what went down on our trip. Can't guarantee that one. Don't know what's going to happen with it. But at least there I'll have, on my American phone, I'll have good internet. I'll have good, strong data plan. And then more than likely we'll have a decent internet Wi-Fi connection through the hotel we're in to do a Wi-Fi live stream. Yeah, we're actually going back from a genuine Phil's to Phoenix. We are going from the Phil's to the Phoenix. So, but for our last ever, there we go. For our last ever goodbye, well, not our last ever goodbye, but our last ever goodbye from Toe Chip Compound, Mabuhay.